I'm Belinda Wasser, also known as Rocket Girl, and on today's episode of the RocketGirl Show, I'm going to talk about how I use Evernote to organize client information. As you can imagine, I have a lot of client information and I have a lot of systems. And today I want to talk about how to build a system to hold all of that client information. So when I first started out as Rocket Girl 9 years ago, I had a handful of clients and I used spiral notebooks to keep track of the information. And it was a pretty low-tech way, but for me at that time, it completely worked. Then when I started getting more clients, 10 or so, it was just too much to manage the paper that was involved. I found that there were notes starting to pile up and Post-its all over my desk, and I thought, I have to handle this. So people have been talking about Evernote, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give Evernote a try. So Evernote is an application with lots and lots of uses. We are just going to scratch the surface today because all we're going to talk about is how I use it to track my client notes. But I do invite you to check out the rest of the functionality. All right, I'm going to make myself smaller so you can see this. So this is my actual Evernote application. What I want you to notice is that right here, Evernote is organized in something called notebooks. Notebooks are the high-level way. You want to think of it in a hierarchy. So the hierarchy that I have is Rocket Girl client notes, the VA connection, and then a couple of more projects that I'm working on. So I want to keep my information categorized. So the first thing to do is to click add a new notebook and call the notebook the name of your business, client notes, or just client notes. Then what happens is I click this button right here, and I add a new note. Now here you'll see that I'm just using first names, and some of this information is grayed out. That's because, believe it or not, there was a newsletter that I wrote on Monday about confidentiality, and so I wanted to be careful not to have on the screen in front of everyone my clients' first and last names and sensitive information, so I kind of grayed that out. But I always name the notes the client's first name and last name, and I do that because the first time I had a client named Diane, I thought, well, I just have one Diane. Well, I actually have 3 Dianes now, and I have 3 Johns, believe it or not. So you want to make sure that you have a naming convention that's going to work long term. All right, so then what happens is I get on the phone with my client, and the whole time we're on the phone, they're giving me direction about a project they want me to work on with lots of detail, and it's important that I capture all that. So I'm on the phone, hands-free, and I start typing, and the notes go right here. And again, I've grayed this out because there's confidential information here. But you can see that I've clicked on Martha. Martha's notes are here. Her name is at the top right here. And oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me show you this over here. So here's Martha. Her notes go here, and then here's where her name is as well. All right. So in order to keep the conversations separate from each other, I type a black line across each conversation. So just, shift and underscore, and I type across the whole note. And then the newest information always goes at the top. So that way I'm able to keep things straight and have things be very current. Now what happens is that when I get ready to do the work, I have all my notes there. One other tip, if you have time, this doesn't always work, but when you're about to get off the phone with the client, review your notes, and this builds a lot of confidence in them about your work. So review the notes and say, okay, just to recap, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want it done by Friday, and I'm waiting for you to send me XYZ. By doing that, you're sure that you're clear. You've said it out loud, so you're hearing it in your own voice, and the client has now totally so excited that you're going to do it and that you understood everything they said. So that's my really simple solution for taking notes. So I really encourage you to try it. And what I did when I started was I looked all over my desk for all of my notes for clients, put them all into this one place, and then I never started writing notes on paper again. So it works, it's simple, and I'd love to hear how it goes for you. So once you try it, please come back to this video and add your thoughts to the comments. All right. So I want to tell you about the Virtual Assistant Connection. This RocketGirl Show is sponsored by the VA Connection. We have a fabulous Facebook group with over 600 members. We're a professional online community connecting and educating virtual assistants all over the world. We'd love to have you join us, and there's two simple ways to find us. The first is to type the Virtual Assistant Connection in the search bar at the top of Facebook. And the second is to follow this bit.ly link, bit.ly.vaconnection.com. So we'd love to have you join us. There's lots of videos, information, and a lot of great community. So thank you for watching the RocketGirl Show. My name is Belinda Wasser, signing off until next time. Bye-bye.